Hello, I'm TJ with Bear Clan Gaming. This is 7 Days to Die, Secret Locations of Navezgane. So in this video, I'll take you through the top 10 secret locations in Navezgane. We won't be going into any of these POIs, we won't be exploring them. We'll save that for another video if you'd like. This is just showing you where they are, just in case you want to check them out for yourself. If you do want me to make a video walking through each one of these POIs, leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, so you can get more fantastic 7 Days to Die content, including Hordes in Alpha 19 and our new Alpha 20 series. So let's get started. Our first one is the Mountain Cabin. The Mountain Cabin is located at 945 West, 1094 North. It's a nice little cabin tucked inside some mountains. It's a pretty neat base for players. Got okay loot, it's not fantastic. It's surrounded on a couple of sides by mountains. It does have a basement. It's got some neat little features. It's not a great player versus player base due to the fact that it's got mountains high up on each side, so if anybody's got a sniper rifle, they'll be able to pop you real easy. So not recommended for PvP servers. It's on the smaller side, so maybe not good for teams or groups. But if you're looking for that secluded hermit kind of base, this is the one for you. Alright, let's move on to our next one. Our next POI is the JW Mushroom Farm, located at 781 West, 253 North. This is the J&W Mushroom Farm. As the name states, it is a mushroom farm, so they've got quite a bit of mushrooms. A little farm on the outside. It's located in the burnt biome, which is a creepy biome. It's pretty nice. I like it. A little bit larger than the mountain cabin, so it may be able to sustain a larger group of individuals. It's pretty well hidden on all sides by mountains, so it's not easy to find unless you know where it's at. Definitely want a separate horde base on this one. And again, because of the mountains on the tall sides, maybe not the best player versus player base. But it's got pretty good loot. You'll definitely enjoy the mushrooms. And that's the J&W Mushroom Farm. Alright, let's move on to our next one. Our next secret location of Navezgane is the Hidden Burnt Forest Bunker, located at 1343 West by 506 South. A very unassuming building. The Burnt Forest Hidden Bunker looks like a normal small POI just off the road. But you'll notice the little well on the back. The little well is what holds the secret bunker. As you can see, there's a ladder going down. So this POI has a bunker downstairs that's concrete. It has excellent loot. The small building out front, not so much, but the bunker's what you want to get into. An okay base against zombies because of its proximity due to its location to a couple of the bigger POIs. It's not a fantastic player versus player base. Its physical size limits it to just a few players, so maybe not so great if you have a large group, but it is an interesting little POI. It's an excellent one for loot, and if living underground's your thing, highly recommended. Alright, let's move on to our next one. Our next secret location of Navezgane is the Culvert Base, just outside of the snow biome city Parishton. It's located at 1797 West by 1782 North. And just head down here. And you'll see the little culvert right here. Now this is a fairly decent player base. It's extremely small, as you can see, so not fantastic if you've got multiple people in your group. It's definitely not a great horde base, not a great player versus player base, is because it's easy to see from the main town and you're extremely close to the main town. But just a neat little base, especially if you're doing a solo playthrough or you need something that's really close to Periston. Alright, let's move on to our next secret location of Navezgane, the Cult Farm. This is the Cult Farm, another secret location of Navezgane, located at 2130 East by 413 North. It's a very neat looking POI that looks like a cult would live here. A very neat looking POI. Small building, ample farm space. The loot is pretty good. It's not fantastic. It would make a incredible multiplayer base if you're doing a PvE server. You've got ample room around to make your horde bases. So you could use this as your main location with a small horde base location next to it. Easily defensible, as there's flat land all around. It's towards the edge of a map, so this may be a good PvP base for a group. I wouldn't recommend this for a single player in a PvP base, as it's really easy to see once you get close to it. But very interesting, very interesting. Get your barn, animals, your bunkers. Just a massive, massive base. And again, this is the Cult Farm, 2130 East, 413 North. Alright, let's move on to our next secret location of Navezgane. Our next secret location of Navezgane are the Pueblo ruins, or the Pueblo-style cave dwellings. Located at 777 East, 1396 South. Very, very cool POI location in Navezgane. Okay loot, not fantastic. It would be an insane multiplayer base. Defending against zombies would be relatively easy, as most of them would fall from the cliffs, so you've only got really 2 access points because we are deep into the canyon in Navezgane. A very, very cool POI. Plenty of mining potential here. And if you're into that desert-themed stuff, very cool, very cool. Probably would not be a fantastic player versus player base, as it'd be easy to see from the canyon top. It would be an easy to defend base because it's kind of hard to get down here at the bottom. But these are the Pueblo cave dwelling style POI. Another secret location of Navezgane. Let's move on to our next one. Our next secret POI of Navezgane is the mine at the end of the canyon. Located at 723 East, 1204 South. The mine is a massive POI, point of interest, with fantastic mining and loot. It's on the larger side to be considered a good player base. It would definitely not be a good player versus player base. Insane loot. It also has a secret chest located somewhere within it called the Mountain Man chest. This chest contains the recipe for herbal antibiotics. Very handy to find. Now again, we don't walk through these POIs. We'll only do that if I get comments down below saying that you'd like another video where I walk through each one of these POIs, which we will certainly do, especially if you leave a like. But I'll show you the outside structure a little bit. So as you go down through this massive POI, there's two openings. One of them will get you down to the base of the canyon without falling to your death. And the other one is this one right here. Again, if you've got multiple people in your party, this would be an excellent base. Definitely not good for player versus player. Definitely not good for horde defense either. It's too much underground. You do have a massive amount of area around you, or the two small cabins to one side, where you could pull off a horde base. So it's not without possibilities for horde, but definitely a POI you want to check out and loot. So let's head to our next secret location of Navezgane. Our next secret location of Navezgane is a hidden military bunker located at 8 west by 1219 south. This unassuming structure contains an underground military bunker with fantastic loot. It would make a decent player base. An excellent base for a group. It is possible to make a horde base out of it. I'm sure a lot of us have seen some other YouTubers make horde bases out of this particular base. But definitely a good player base, definitely excellent loot, and a very interesting location. This is one of 2 hidden military bunkers. We'll go to the next one right now. Our next secret location of Navezgane is another military bunker located at 2303 east by 847 south. As the name suggests, this POI has a hidden military bunker in the basement. It's on the outskirts of the desert biome, near the radiation border. It is an excellent player base. It would be good for a team or group base. It has the possibility of being a potential horde base. It does have a lot of flat ground next to it, so you could have a dual setup. Excellent loot. Possible for a mine. But another secret location of Navezgane. Our final secret location of Navezgane is the caves. Now this isn't one location, it's actually 5 locations with a similar concept. As the name suggests, the caves is a group of 5 caves, one in each different biome. These caves contain nitrate, they contain mushrooms, and they have a small bit of loot. They also have the possibility to spawn a special stone axe. But this is the desert cave. It's located at 979 east by 1036 south. Let's head to the snow. The next cave in the cave system is located just behind the Shotgun Messiah in the snow biome. The cave is located at 849 east by 1888 north. This is a larger cave compared to the desert cave. It has better loot and has the possibility of being a player base. It could also be a PvP base, because this one is extremely difficult to see due to it being on the top of basically a mountain. Alright, let's head over to the Wasteland Cave, shall we? Our next cave in the cave systems of Navezgane is the Wasteland Cave, located at 796 west by 1043 south. And then this cave will set itself apart in the Wasteland biome because there's 2 green trees. It's the only green trees in the Wasteland biome. This is an excellent player versus player base because it's in the Wasteland and nobody likes the Wasteland. It's also hard to see if you knock the 2 trees down. It's slightly raised up off the road. It does contain some mushrooms, as most of the caves do. But not much else. Not much else. Because it's wasteland, and the wasteland sucks. Alright, let's head to the forest cave. Our second to last cave in the caves of Navezgane is the forest cave, located at 968 west by 454 north. It's located just off the trader. You have to be careful if you want to make this your base. It is possible. It is awful close to a trader. It is raised up on the hill, so it's a little harder to see. But this has decent loot. It could be a player base. It's big enough for a few people, but not a whole bunch. It would not be a good location for a horde base, as there is very little flat ground next to you. But a nice little base, but a nice little POI. Alright, let's head out to our last cave. Our final secret location of Navezgane's caves is the Mountain Cave, located at 1194 west, 1024 north. A smaller cave, but with fantastic loot for its size. This cave isn't very large. It's not reinforced by concrete in any way like some of the other ones are. But its player base potential is insane. It's extremely close to a trader over here. There's also a ton of POIs to loot, including the farm. It would not make a good horde base, as it's not reinforced in any way, so zombies would just destroy it by digging. And it has the potential to be a player versus player base, as it's really hard to see from the road, except for the weird road texture that's on the side of the mountain, which you could cover up. Take you a while, but you could do it. Excellent potential for a mine as well. And this wraps up our Secret Locations of Navezgane video. If you've liked what you've seen, please leave a like. If you're familiar with these base locations, comment down below. And if you know of any other secret locations of Navezgane, leave a comment below. Let us know. We'll check them out. If you'd like me to do a complete run-through of each of these secret locations of Navezgane, where I run through the base, looting and all that, or a really detailed overview of what they look like inside, comment down below, and please subscribe. We always enjoy your support and appreciate it. And until next time, laters.